3 in the morning, you're asleep. Suddenly you feel weight moving across the bed, stepping slowly until it lands exactly on top of you. It's not an accident. It's not a lack of space in the entire house. It's communication, just in a language most owners never learn to read. There are 7 main reasons behind this behavior, and each one means something different. Reason 1. You're the most reliable heat source in the house. Reasons. The differentiator. This is the most physical, least emotional reason on the list, but it tends to get underestimated because it sounds too simple to explain such an insistent behavior. The explanation: the human body holds a stable, predictable temperature, much higher than most surfaces in the house at night. Cats actively seek out consistent heat sources, especially during the early morning hours, when ambient temperature tends to drop. You are, literally, the most reliable radiator in the room. In practice, if your cat always picks the same spot on your body, usually near the chest or back, check whether that's also the spot where the bedding is thinnest. Often it's pure thermal calculation. If this reason is about your body as a physical object, the next one is about your body as a signal of safety. Reason 2. He's monitoring your breathing. The differentiator. This is the reason that surprises first-time cat owners the most, because it sounds too broad until you understand where it comes from. The explanation. Cats are sensitive to rhythmic patterns and subtle shifts in movement. Rising and falling with the rhythm of your breathing, lying on your chest or stomach, puts the animal in a position of passive monitoring. He feels every change in rhythm in real time. This kind of quiet vigilance is part of the natural behavior of animals that live in close proximity with someone they trust. In practice, if your cat consistently positions himself specifically on your chest, rather than anywhere else on the bed, that's a strong indicator of this exact reason. He chose the spot where he can read you best. From silent monitoring, the next reason is about territory, and about who, in his view, belongs to whom. Reason 3. Territory marking through contact. The differentiator. This is the most misunderstood reason on the list, because it sounds like he's claiming me, when it's actually the opposite. He's declaring himself part of your group. The explanation. Cats have scent glands spread across their body, including their cheeks, chin, and paws. By lying down and lightly rubbing against you during the night, the animal deposits its own scent, blending its olfactory identity with yours. This isn't dominance. It's the feline equivalent of reinforcing we're part of the same group. In practice, if your cat tends to rub his head or chin against you before settling down, that gesture almost always accompanies this specific reason. It's a ritual of belonging, not of ownership. While this reason is about belonging to the group, the next one is about an instinct inherited from thousands of years ago. Reason 4. Protective instinct of the group during sleep. The differentiator. This reason carries the most evolutionary, least obvious layer on the list. It has nothing to do with you specifically, and everything to do with a behavior inherited by the entire species. The explanation. Wild ancestors of domestic cats lived in groups with flexible social structures, and sleep was one of the moments of greatest collective vulnerability. Sleeping in physical contact with another group member increased the chance of detecting a threat quickly. Even after thousands of years of domestication, that behavioral pattern is still active. You've become, without knowing it, the other member of the pack. In practice, this reason usually explains why cats prefer to settle on elevated points of the body, like the chest or shoulder, instead of any random spot on the bed. It's a position of mutual vigilance, not just comfort. From inherited instinct, the next reason is much simpler and much more immediate. Reason 5. A direct request for attention. Thor. The differentiator. This is the most obvious reason on the list, but it's still the most misread by owners who assume cats never ask for anything directly. The explanation. If interaction during the day was brief, or if the owner was out for most of it, some cats use the early morning hours, a time when the owner is still and available, as a sure opportunity to get physical attention. It's not a timing accident, it's an opportunity calculation. In practice, if the behavior increases specifically on busier days or on days with less interaction, this is the most likely reason. It's the cat adjusting his strategy to your schedule. From the direct request, the next reason involves a behavior carried over from the most vulnerable stage of the animal's life. Reason 6. Leftover nursing behavior. The differentiator. This reason usually shows up paired with another classic behavior, kneading with the paws, and together they form one of the most misunderstood combinations in the cat-owner relationship. The explanation. Kittens need their mother's body during nursing to stimulate milk production. Some adult cats keep this behavior as a form of self-soothing, especially during moments of deep relaxation, like sleeping next to someone they trust. Walking on you and kneading before settling down is usually a direct extension of that infant pattern. In practice, this reason is more common in cats that were weaned too early or too abruptly. The leftover behavior tends to be more intense in those cases. And the last reason on the list is, arguably, the simplest of all, and the easiest to confirm. Reason 7. He genuinely just wants to be close to you. The differentiator. After 6 reasons layered with instinct, biology, and inherited behavior, this last one is the most straightforward, and the one most people underestimate because it sounds too sweet to be true. The explanation: studies on cat behavior and attachment show that many cats form a secure bond with their caregivers, actively seeking proximity as an expression of that bond, with no functional motive behind it, beyond a genuine preference for the company. After ruling out heat, monitoring, territory, inherited instinct, and attention-seeking, what's left, in most cases, is this: he just likes being near you. In practice, if the behavior stays consistent, regardless of room temperature, routine, or how much attention he got during the day, this is the reason carrying the most weight. 7 reasons. Heat, monitoring, territory, inherited instinct, attention-seeking, leftover kitten behavior, and a genuine preference for your company. Next time he climbs onto the bed in the middle of the night, you'll be able to figure out which one of these is at play, and you'll probably realize it's not just one. Comment below which of these matches your own cat's behavior the most.